simple tool for gathering sales leads and kind of doing it in an easy to implement way. So just a little bit about me. I'm the marketing manager at Fan Magnets, and my background is actually in sales. So did sales for 6 years in sales management before hopping over to the marketing side of the fence. And the company that's the parent company for Fan Magnet is called Magnet Street, and we've been selling to pro sports and sports organizations for 20 years. We've done business with about 80 sports teams and organizations, doing giveaways and promotions. And in a former life, I actually had internships with the Vikings and the Timberwolves and Lynx, so it's kind of a treat for me to be out here at the sports forum and having fun showing off our technology. So to start off, I thought I'd start with the goal of what it is that we're trying to do. And it's pretty simple: get more leads. So we keep it very simple because we acknowledge that there's a lot of really cool tech here at NSF and at the Tech Tank. And there's a lot of neat ways to organize data, and integrate data from different sources, and use it in incredible ways. So our solution is a little bit more simple. We want to help create the leads in the first place. And we're going to be the fuel that powers those machines that you're building with all those data sources later on. So pretty simple, and it all starts with the people that show up at your game or at your event. So the people that actually show up are great sales leads, very qualified people for ticket sales, for merchandise sales, and further engagement with the brand. The trick is that sales teams and marketing functions are only able to follow up with people where they have identified who they are. So there's a certain number of people that are at these games that aren't identified yet. So we seek to help with a simple promotion that's based on the old tried and true magnet giveaway. And ours is got a little bit of a twist in that it's personalized. So each one of these magnets that we're going to offer are printed on demand. And the reason that's important is every single one will be different, and it'll be tailored to the fan at the event. And if that seems like a simple concept, it's a big credit to our development teams and the groups of people in the production to actually make this happen. There's quite a bit of technology required to make this possible and to make it affordable and actually doable, as you'll see in a little bit. So to walk through maybe the anatomy of a fan magnet real quickly, you'll see that instead of a star of the team or a logo, we're featuring the picture of the fans themselves on the magnet. So that's important because that's what fans have come to expect, a more personalized experience, something that they can call their very own. And it also gives the team the chance to avoid the danger of, if you're trying to choose the face of your franchise as an athlete, it can be a hazardous endeavor at the beginning of the season, only to have circumstances make that into a bad idea. Anybody have that happen? Is that just the Vikings? It's happened most times. The other thing to notice is you can use it as a beginning of the season promotion, and you can include a schedule on there, but because the game that the fans attended are the games that they care about, it's a promotion that you can do throughout the season. Could be the first game, could be the last game, could be fireworks night, or family concert after the game night, what have you. The game that the fans went to is what they want to remember. So it's really applicable throughout a whole season. And the other thing I wanted to point out is there's great prominent placement for both the team's logo and any sponsor that comes along for the ride. And the prominence on the magnet is visible at the game, but also when the magnets show up at the home and are on display, it's got a long shelf life with magnets. We've seen research that in an average American household, refrigerators are open 22 times a day. So that's a lot of repeated impressions. And when a magnet shows up that's got your face on it, you really are going to put that up on the fridge and keep it for a long time. So that's a little bit about the promotion. I'll jump next into how it actually works at the stadium or at an event. So the first thing to do is to let the fans know there's a promo going on, and you share with them the availability and the campaign URL where they're going to go to personalize and finish their product. So a lot of times that's accomplished with a handout. Here's a few samples, and maybe pass those down. Thanks. So the handout just kind of shows, hey fan, we're running this promotion, and there's a campaign URL for you to visit, and here's how you do it. The fans themselves can either do it right there at the game, or they can do it after the game. They have their choice. From there, the fan uses the phone that's right in their pocket to snap a selfie or choose a picture from their camera roll and upload it to the web page. So the web page itself, it's a web page, not an app, so we avoid the obstacle of having to install an app and gain permissions. And it's all optimized and engineered to be very fast and lightweight. So this is something that can either appear on our hosted web page, or it can be integrated into property through an iframe or other means. Meant to go very fast and very light. In fact, the research or the results that we've seen, that most people accomplish it in less than 3 minutes is how long it takes. And the final step is pretty much that we print and mail it. So we got the magnet that Fan Magnet produces, and it drops right into a windowed envelope. And we make this happen within 2 or 3 days of the event that you're running. And it goes on to USPS from there and arrives at the fan's door a few days later. Wanted to point out too quickly that extra magnet height that we use to make it work in the little windowed envelope, it offers some bonus real estate here that you could use to include a coupon for the sponsor and additional messaging as you choose. It's really up to you how that goes. So getting back to our goal, we want to get more leads. So how does sending a magnet get more leads that you can use to sell more tickets? We take a little bit of a closer look at the magnet itself. You can see that in order to get that magnet, the fan has to share their home address. They also have to share an email. These are things that are integrated into the checkout process, kind of a seamless ask, but that information is recorded and made available to the team and the sponsor, if you so choose, in a real-time dashboard that's available to you as an administrative backend. What you wind up with is a pool of really well-qualified, these are people that are recently active, they just showed up to your game, leads. And we collect some information directly, like the address and email that I mentioned. We can also append that data with third-party tools to get you occupation information, marital status, household income, etc. And this is all information that you can use to supplement your database that already exists with new information. And you gain all the people that weren't already in your database as brand new leads for you to follow up and to create more ticket sales. So that's a quick overview of how it works. And from there, I thought I would share just some of the results that we've seen. The Fan Magnet promotion has been live since the fall of this last year. So in that time, we've had the opportunity to do several events, and the results so far are really exciting for what we're seeing. First, a big question is, do fans actually want to do this? Are they willing? Are they excited? What we've seen is about 9 to 18% participation rate. So that just means if you hand out 20,000 handouts to let fans know about it, you could expect to see, roughly 2,000 to 4,000 participants to share their information, have it automatically sent to you as a team. The other thing that's exciting is the quality of the information. So again, what we've seen in real live events is that people are sharing their actual validated residential address. And that's important because your sales and marketing team can know that they've got the very best data for follow-up and for identification purposes. And it's something we're excited to see that people don't have a problem with sharing that. Beyond that, maybe the most exciting one is the incremental nature of the leads. So we had the opportunity to do an event for Minnesota Vikings, and we did their last game of the season, which was in December last year, and the outdoor stadium, which is really cold, by the way. So we handed out about 20,000 of these for fans at the gate, and we had the opportunity to work with Dan and Holkscotter, and he shared with us some of the results that they saw, including how many of those leads were actually new versus people that they already knew about. And what he said was roughly 3/4 of the leads that we provided were brand new to their system. So it just goes to show you how much opportunity there really is out there. We're trying to identify these people that maybe aren't yet on the radar. So going back to our goal, we wanted to get more leads. And going back to the Vikings game, just to share some more specifics, Dan and share with us, we were able to deliver 1,862 leads. And their goal was to sell the remaining season tickets and personal seat licenses for their new stadium, which is opening up. And in the couple of months since we ran the event in December, they've been following up, and they've made they've sold 12 new seat licenses for a revenue of over $22,000 from the pool of leads that participated in this program. So Danon was very excited about that, and we were happy to see that too. And he's been great. I'd encourage you, if you have the chance to ask him about it here at the NSF, ask him what he thought, and he'll let you know what he thought of the promotion we ran for the Vikings. So that's the brief overview. Oh yeah, I wanted to say too, just that it's a frictionless ask for getting this data. Not only are you getting more data, but the fan engagement or the fan experience is one where it's very personalized, which is what they've come to expect. And the sponsor, the vendor, gets this premium placement in the center of the home for a long, long period of time. One of the things we like to say, it's like social media, but it's social media that sticks. It sticks around for months and months. So in closing up, I wanted to offer the chance to give it a try. So if you have a phone in your pocket, you can try it right now. We have this campaign set up, myfanmagnet.com/stingers, which is our fictional team for demo. So whether it's right now or sometime during the conference, give it a shot. And yes, if you upload a picture, we will actually print and mail a magnet and send it to you. So give it a try. It's kind of fun. What questions can I answer about FanMag?
What's the pricing model for a club to do this?
Yeah, so it does depend on how many events you plan on doing during a season, but it shakes out to about $2 per redemption. And that covers the web development, the postage to get the magnets delivered, the envelope, and everything. And we priced it mainly as a cost per redemption model, so it mirrors like pay-per-click. And that's interesting and different because in a traditional giveaway where you're buying 50,000 magnets or giveaways at the beginning, only a fraction of them are actually going to make it home. There's a good amount of them that are going straight to the trash, or they never make it out of the bag, or what have you. So almost all of the magnets that are redeemed and used will actually make it to the home and onto the fridge. So it's a paper for performance model.
And then the team would cover the additional costs for like the promotional handout.
Yeah, we tend to include the handouts, and then it's kind of an a la carte deal after that. If you want to give you more printing, or if you want to promote it in some other ways, it's kind of all handled one at a time.
Can you talk about the conversion rates that you've seen? Have you guys done any work on you're getting those incremental leads, but they haven't really shown purchase intent. So are you seeing a lift in conversion from those people?
So are you speaking about the conversion to ticket sales from the teams? Well, unfortunately, we're not privy to a lot of that information since that's covered by the teams that are using it. So what I have to go on is what Danon has shared so far. And like I said, he talked about the number of people that are part of their follow-up program that wound up doing sales, and that's about all I can share.
Are the Vikings using it, did they do one game or all season long?
So they did one game, and part of that was the timing of having this application ready to go. They were one of our larger initial engagements that we've done. And they wanted to kind of close down TCF Stadium where they were temporarily at home outside. So their design kind of had it's the last game at TCF kind of design feel. So we did the one game for the Vikings, but the teams that we've been talking to, especially for baseball, see it as much more of a long-term engagement where you've got several of these events throughout the season and are building up leads and information along the way. Yeah.
Have you done this outside of sort of the in-game participation model,
Mm-hmm.
where that 9 to 8% adoption rate in-game? I would think that there's a lot of barriers going on, a lot of noise. Have you tried something offline? Outside of the game handout?
Yeah, we're just getting started with that, but I totally agree. And you can imagine it was 10 degrees below zero, I think, that day when we went out for the Giants game. And everybody was all bundled up with mittens and had arms full of blankets. So I do think that affected how many people actually participated. The Vikings have asked us to, you know, about the feasibility of doing something where you can make it available through email or even make it available on the website. So we absolutely have that capability. The web application is built to be so lightweight it can really be used in a lot of different ways. I think that the trade-off would be you probably get more participation in volume, but maybe a little bit less of a qualified group. The people that actually show up at the game are probably the most invested. You know, they took the time to actually go. And as a sales tool, it's a great excuse for following up because you say, I see you went to the Giants game. You know, I'm calling to follow up because it was fireworks night. Would you like to hear more about the other fireworks night events that we have coming up? Let me share with you the ticket package that might appeal to you, kind of thing.
Is there any vision for e-commerce through your platform? So if someone gets one but wanted to buy 5 more?
Yep. So we haven't crossed that bridge yet. So far, it's been something where the sponsor has been excited enough to be in participation where they will kind of handle the cost or defray most of the cost. The e-commerce side has a few other hurdles to get through. We're not quite there yet.